Hi, I'm Gavin Good, and this is my assignment one editing statement for multimedia reporting. Um, I was pretty nervous coming into this assignment actually, even though it's like listed as an exploratory assignment, because for me, I have little to no experience with photojournalism or videography at all, for that matter. So it was for me, it was something that was completely new, and I was out of my comfort zone. And so I was a little bit scared, but I once I started doing the assignment and looking for actual like shots that I could take and exploring just really like what my camera's capabilities are, I actually like kind of liked what was going on with it, and I kind of like taking pictures, which is something that I've always told people I hated. So that right off the bat is an interesting takeaway from this assignment. So basically, when I started going about the assignment, I was just brainstorming, and I thought that probably the obvious place I could go where I could shoot um, shots for the assignment was my frat, because there's just a variety of settings and a ton of different lighting fixtures in there. So I went there and I got some okay shots at the start, and it kind of like, I don't know, it was just a good place to get my start, and I took care of a lot of the requirements there, but then uh, by the end of the project, I had replaced most of those shots with better shots, because a good example of one of those would be I had someone come outside for like a super close up of their face, and I didn't really like what I shot actually, but unintentionally, the sun on them had created some nice soft shadows, so that was that ended up being better than the actual soft shadow shot I first had, which was just like in my apartment, and it was just like basically a picture of the ground with just some soft shadows. So that was an improvement on that. And I also got my telephoto and wide angle shots from my frat too. Both of them were there. But the first shot I took was really boring. It was just of this Illinois flag. But still, it met the requirement of telephoto and wide angle, but it was just more boring. So when I came back a few days later and shot more shots, after like knowing what the camera could do and knowing what it's capable of, and just having more time to think about what I wanted to do with it, I got these better shots from an upstairs window of an apartment building, which was much more interesting. Um, let's see. Oh, also something I think I struggled with this project, that um, the type of shot I struggled with the most that I wasn't able to replace with a better shot was probably the stop action blur action area, because I actually spent like over an hour the day I got those trying on Green Street to like get a good blur action of a biker or a car. And I got some good ones of cars, but that was just pretty boring. So then I decided it'd probably just be better if I had a person like jumping through the air. And at that point, it was just kind of dark, so I feel like what made those shots not as great as they could have been was that um, the light wasn't as good as it could have been, because it was like at 5 or 6 p.m. and not during the middle of the day, which has the best light. Um, Another thing I thought about this project that was interesting for myself, and also just like what it taught me, was the shots of the window for the different times of days. At first, I was just like, "Wow, this is really this is really annoying. I have to wake up early to take this picture," which was annoying, to be honest. But I was able to tell through it that the light that comes through windows and houses and buildings really does change a lot based on the time of day it is. Especially like this was especially noticeable in my morning compared to noon shot, because like the shadows just moved a lot in the morning shot. There was actually a lot less light than in the middle of the afternoon when the sun was more positioned towards the windows, I guess. And that was pretty interesting. It taught me a bit of a new appreciation that I didn't have before. And just overall, this project, I thought really with it, I struggled in some aspects, but I immediately showed improvement with my own um, photojournalism and camera, just mostly just camera abilities, to be honest. And now I feel a lot more confident going forward, because I just know, I feel like I have a basic understanding of what photography is now and what I can do with it. and just my camera's capabilities. And yeah, that's it.